I only made 3rd place at JuJitsu Fighting Nationals because I was not locked in the off-season. Here is the game plan. First, we need to look at our strengths and weaknesses. Done. Discover that you can't win by only doing part 2 and 3. That's quite unfortunate, really. Focus on the 2 biggest problems and make a plan to fix them. Alright guys, let's talk about the off-season plan. So right here you can see my weaknesses, and obviously the missing striking skill, right? Something I want to train in technique training. So we only have 2 problems. I'm too slow while punching, and I am not explosive while punching. This could mean that either my strengths or my speed / my ability to generate force are limited, which is something that we want to train in the off season. And we can train that by increasing strength and speed. How do we get myself stronger and how do we get myself faster? Or how do we not necessarily make myself faster in the 100-meter dash, but how do we make me able to jump in to be fast on your feet while striking? First thing that comes to mind are plyometrics, which you can use to increase our speed. And we can use some compound lifts, hang cleans, front squats, heavy rows, and that's more or less all the compounds that you need, and obviously some pushing movements. So I'm going to choose the overhead press and the bench press because we've already established that my pushing strength is awful, which is a result of me not training it at all. I always thought, yeah, you only need pulling for combat sports because when you're doing judo you're pulling people, but I forgot that you're also striking people, and to strike fast you need to be able to strike strong to produce a lot of force, to get your arms to move quickly, and yeah, I'm lacking that. So we're going to use the basic compound movements with addition of the hang clean to help myself with throwing and lifting people. And that more or less sums up the 2 workouts in my plan. So we have 2 strength training days. One strength training day is a pure strength-based strength training day. So low reps, low sets, but really heavy weights, quite intense for your nervous system. The other day is similar, but we are more focusing on force production. So we're trying to move medium heavy weight relatively fast. And then we have our plyometrics. Plyometrics, I'm doing them on a separate day. I'm doing them on Fridays, where I'm just trying to teach my nervous system to produce a lot of force. But we can't just train plyometrics. We need a base of strength, because if I don't have enough strength to produce enough force, why then teach my nervous system to produce a lot of force if I can't generate a lot of force? You get the obvious correlation here. So that's also quite great because we can train both of them, and both of them profit from one another, because plyometrics teach my nervous system to develop power quickly, and when I can develop power quickly, my hang clean gets better because I'm more explosive. But that's just a good thing when you also have the strength to back it up. That's why we're doing hang clean. So it's all intertwined, which is really great. So there isn't much hypertrophy work. I won't be getting that much bigger. Can't change it. The last thing that I want to tell you guys about is the way I choose to structure my workouts over the coming month. The main idea of this periodization is that the plyometrics get progressively more advanced because I'm getting progressively better at doing them, and my nervous system gets progressively better at handling the load, my tendons get stiffer, all that good stuff. But the interesting thing is that the periodization is quite different when you look at the strength gains I want to make. You have 2 variables. You have your volume and you have your intensity. I'm gonna take it right here. You have 2 variables. You have your volume and you have your intensity. Overall, in general, if you do some basic periodization, you know that you decrease the volume over time and you increase the intensity, which just means you're doing less sets and less reps, but these sets and reps get heavier. This structure allows your tendons and your muscles to first adapt to the new stimuli, and then you more or less get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And this is the scheme I want to follow. This short dip in both intensity and volume, this is just a deload I'm doing before my tournament to then be fresh while fighting. So to recap, plyometrics increase in intensity, but here decrease in volume, increase in intensity or in the weight you move. And obviously, to do all of that, we need a benchmark session. We need to know where we're at with explosiveness and with strength. And that's the thing we're gonna do tomorrow.
So the goal for today is to get some basic explosiveness measurement and get my 100-meter speed. And then the next training, we're going to test my max strength in a bunch of lifts, then see how much I improve over the holidays.
1 meter 58. I have no idea if that's good. I have no clue. Again, almost exactly the same. That's interesting. That's also really nice because then I can really test if I'm getting stronger on this leg and if this leg catches up. I think these are good measurements. Now the only thing left is to assess my max strength, which you're gonna do in the BJJ gym. Obviously, I did not do a 1 rep max in every lift. That would have been way too challenging. Instead, I always worked my way up to the heaviest 3 rep max I could do. Alright, I'm finally home again. I've got all of my measurements right here, which is quite nice now. Now we can actually start just mindlessly training again and we don't have to think about all of this again. And with that, this little vlog also comes to an end. I know the vlog may be a bit unstructured and a bit out there, but I just wanted to get my first YouTube video out of the way to then in the future make better ones and better ones. But I just wanted to get this first upload done. For now, I just hope you guys still enjoyed and got something from this little vlog. See you in the next one.